We all want to feel heard. We want to know that when we're talking, someone is actually truly listening. But what if I told you the most important part of listening has almost nothing to do with your ears? Today, we're diving into how to go beyond just hearing words and start understanding the real conversation that's happening just beneath the surface. Okay, get ready for this, because this one chart pretty much flips everything we think we know about communication on its head. This comes from some groundbreaking research, and it shows that a staggering 55% of any message we send comes from our body language. Another 38%, that's our tone of voice. And the actual words we're using, a tiny, tiny 7%. That's it. Which means most of what we communicate isn't even said out loud. And this, of course, brings us to a huge question. If your words are just a tiny fraction of the story, what is the rest of you saying? Your posture, your eyes, your hands, what are they communicating in every single conversation you have? Are you even aware of the signals you're sending out? So first, we have to talk about something called the listening illusion. We live in a world that is just jam-packed with distractions. We think we're listening, but really we're scrolling on our phone, or we're thinking about our to-do list, or maybe we're just waiting for our turn to talk. We hear the sounds, but we completely miss the chance to connect. And right here, this is the core of the problem. We pour all of our energy into that little 7%, the words, while the other massive 93% of the conversation, the real emotional stuff, it just flows right past us, completely unnoticed. And that's exactly why so many of our interactions can feel a little shallow or just lead to total misunderstandings. But here's the good news. There is a key to unlock that deeper level of understanding. And honestly, it's been right in front of us this whole time. By learning to read and use our own body language, we can totally transform ourselves from just being passive hearers into truly active listeners who build real, meaningful connections. So how do we actually do that? How do we become active listeners? Well, let's build our toolkit. We're going to walk through 5 super powerful, super practical techniques you can start using, like today, to show someone you're 100% present and engaged with them. First up, the absolute cornerstone of listening, eye contact. It's the most direct and, honestly, the most powerful way to signal to someone, hey, I'm focused on you and only you right now. But there's a real art to this. You want to maintain a steady, warm gaze, not some intense, creepy stare. And you definitely want to avoid darting your eyes all over the place, because that just screams I'm distracted or I'm uncomfortable. The goal here is soft, open eye contact that just says, hey, I'm with you. And I think this quote just illustrates the point perfectly. As psychologist Carla Marie Manley says, eye contact is a profound form of respect. It's a silent conversation where you're non-verbally telling the other person that they matter, that you see them. Now for our second tool, your posture. Your body's position speaks volumes before you even say a single word. It basically broadcasts your level of interest and openness to the entire room. I mean, just look at the difference here. The open posture on the left, leaning in a bit, arms uncrossed, it's like a physical invitation. It says, I'm receptive, I'm curious, tell me more. But that closed posture on the right, slouching, arms crossed, that's a barrier. It physically and emotionally just shuts the other person. As communication expert Albrecht Mitzman puts it, a closed posture does way more than just shut out the speaker. It shuts out the very possibility of connection. So if you want to open the conversation, you've got to open your posture first. Okay, our third tool is so dynamic. Your facial expressions. Your face gives this running commentary on what you're hearing. It's like a feedback loop that validates the speaker's emotions in real time. A simple nod, a raised eyebrow, a genuine smile, all these things say, I'm following you, I get it. And now think about the alternative. A blank, neutral expression. It can feel like talking to a stone wall. Brené Brown just captures this perfectly. Disconnection, that feeling of not being seen, is often way more painful than an outright disagreement. Your face has the power to choose connection over disregard. Technique number 4 is all about your hands and your head, your gestures. These little movements can have a huge impact. A slow nod shows you agree. Tilting your head shows you're curious. They're like these subtle affirmations in motion that really encourage the speaker to keep going. And finally, we've got our most advanced technique, and it's called mirroring. This is the subtle and often totally subconscious act of matching a speaker's body language to create this sense of harmony and trust. It's all about syncing up with their energy. So what exactly is mirroring? Well, it's not about being a copycat, okay? It's subtle. If they lean in, you might naturally lean in a little too. If they use an open palm gesture, you might do the same a few moments later. This actually taps into our brain's mirror neurons, which are linked to empathy, and it creates this incredible sense of rapport. It's like saying, hey, I get you, I'm on your wavelength. All right, now that we have our toolkit, it's just as important to understand what not to do. Let's really quickly cover the common blockers that can instantly kill a connection. Okay, these are major connection killers. Fidgeting with your hair or tapping your feet, it just screams nervousness or impatience. It basically tells the speaker you'd rather be anywhere else. Interrupting with a little shrug or a wave of the hand, that dismisses their point before they've even finished making it. And of course, the #1 offender in our modern world, glancing at your phone. It sends one crystal clear message. Whatever is on this screen is more important than you are. I just love this quote from Elaine Swan because it frames everything as a choice. In every single moment, your body is sending out an invitation or a rejection. Always, always choose invitation. So let's bring this all together. Mastering these skills isn't really about becoming some kind of perfect communicator. It's about learning the power of presence. It's about using your whole body to truly show up for another person, turning simple conversations into genuine moments of connection. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Active listening is not a passive activity. It's not about what you hear with your ears. Fundamentally, it is all about how you decide to show up for another human being. And that brings us to the end. I just want to leave you with this one question to carry with you. The next time you walk into a conversation with a coworker, a friend, a family member, who will you show up as? The distracted hearer or the engaged listener? The choice, as always, is yours.